Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the Alpinestars Andes V2 Drystar boots available at RevZilla.com. Now the V2 stands for version 2. This is the newest version of the Andes Drystar boots. And really what you're seeing here is a Drystar version of Alpinestars Web Gore-Tex. Now, the reason I point that out is because really what you're gonna get here is a boot that's simply just not gonna be as breathable as the Gore-Tex version. So if you are looking for something that is gonna be more warm weather compliant, that's where you'd probably bump up to going to the Gore-Tex to get that extra bit of breathability. But if you know you're riding this in cooler temps, you can save yourself $100, still get the exact same construction, still have a waterproof boot, but it's just not going to give you the breathability of Gore-Tex. So when you're looking at this from a sizing standpoint, sizes will range from a 41 to a 47, and keep in mind these are going to fit exactly as pretty much all Alpinestars boots do. So if you're looking at the European sizing, there's no surprises there. A 41 fits like a 41. 47 fits like a 47. If you are, however, looking at the American sizing, you are going to size down from what you would normally wear in other brands. So if you know you're typically a 10.5, if you're bumping to Alpinestars, you want to size down to a 9.5. If you already know that you're a 9.5 across Alpinestars, you will be a 9.5 in these as well. So use that to help decipher the sizing that you would need for this boot. Now there's one color available, and that is the black that you're going to see on the table. And like I said, this is going to come in around the $200 price point. If you want to bump to the Web Gore-Tex, that's going to get you up into the $300 range. But if you're not riding this in warm weather, it's the exact same construction, so you can actually save yourself about $100 and still get the same level of protection, just not the breathability. Now the reason that I'm really harping on the Web Gore-Tex is the Web Gore-Tex has been a boot that I've used for, 4 or 5 years as my main touring boot for street use, and it was a fantastic boot, extremely comfortable, levels of protection were, adequate for touring riding, and you felt secure. It was about a 10 to a 10.5 inch height, so it was a fantastic boot. And the fact that you have all those same creature comforts just with the Drystar is really going to work for a lot of you folks out there that aren't pushing it into the warmer months. So you have full leather construction. The only time you're going to see synthetic leather on here is at the bellows, and they use it at the bellows because it simply holds up a bit better than leather, but you still get the flexibility. The leather still breaks in perfectly. You have a boot that's extremely comfortable to wear. From a sole rigidity standpoint, it's about a 4 out of 10. It's something that's going to give you a little bit of rigidity, to maintain that CE level 2 protection, but it's still going to be comfortable enough that you can wear these all day long, and you're not going to feel like you're just waiting to get the boots off at the end of the day. We've all worn boots like that where you're walking in the hotel at night and you're like, get these damn things off my feet. This is not going to be that for you. It's really going to be an adequate boot for you touring riders out there. Great grip pattern to the sole. It is going to be one of their touring soles, so you get great solid grip, but again, that all-day comfort. Reinforcement at the toe, reinforcement at the heel, and you are going to have the shift pad. They didn't go with an asymmetrical shift pad. You obviously do not need a shift pad on your right boot, but it is there so your feet look exactly the same. As we move our way around to the back, you do have the reinforcement in the heel. You are going to have the bellows at the back, a little bit of reflectivity. When we're taking a look at the waterproof feature on this, it runs up to about 2/3 height. So as we open up the medial side on this, you are going to notice Velcro around a zip entry point. Super easy in, super easy out. You will notice the bellows goes up to about the 2/3 mark. So just keep that in mind. Whatever waterproof pants you're wearing over top of this, you do need to go down over top of that gusset. Otherwise, you run the risk of water getting into the boot. So the waterproof liner goes to about here. That means any pants you're wearing need to cover that mark. But like I said, I've got a lot of miles put down in the Web Gore-Tex version of this, exact same boot with a different liner to it. If you are using this for a cold to cool weather option, this would be a great boot for all of you touring riders out there to consider. Now, there's a lot of folks out there utilizing this boot, and if you want to hear more about what they have to say, now would be the time to click that little info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews. Folks that are already out there putting this boot through its paces on their motorcycles. If you want to talk to one of our gear geeks, however, about maybe some other boot options available for you, you can always give them a shout. 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Alpinestars Andes V2 Drystar boots. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.